Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike Lewis Gaming, or Mike's Tabletop Games, depending on the channel you're watching. I am, of course, Mike, and this is our first professional prototype for the Reign of the King. Look how nice that looks, huh? That's something. The back will be changed, so before we open it and do the unboxing, we will go over the few changes that will be happening with this game. One, the back will have a picture of everything laid out instead of the Black Knight. I think that's a rather important thing. Second is some parts of the rulebook have been changed just to make it more comprehensive and easy to follow and whatnot. The pawns in here are 3D printed. They will be plastic pawns when we go to actual production. Is that it? I think that's it at the moment. So this is the Reign of the King. It is our risk adjacent type game for playing in King Arthur's Britain. We open it up here. Those actually don't belong. I will show those off, I think, but they actually are not part of this. So you have our handy dandy Reign of the King rulebook. Nice, concise, small, very pretty. Got all three of the campaigns you can play: Conquest Mode, Rise of Arthur, the Witch Morgana, Rewards Cards, Armies and Combat, Turn Sequence and Actions, what it is, how the nations work, explaining the map. Very, very beautiful. Then I left some of these unpunched. This is how they actually show up in a baggie. They are the control markers. And then when you get them, you literally punch it out and you're good to go. So these come, the other thing, the baggies for this comes with it. That's all the other control markers. Blue, well, that's the blue, the red. You'll have baggies for those, the army markers, which you guys have seen before. And the cards, the dice. And the pawns and the coin. You get 12 army markers, 3 for each color that we have in the game. You got black, white, blue, and red. I was going to change these 2 tokens, but I like the 3D imagery on the board. I think it pops a little bit nicer. And we have our actual cards, rewards cards, army cards, which we will get to in a second. That's a little note thing from the company I use, which is GameCrafter. All of these will have baggies, but at the moment I do not have baggies. But let's take a look at the peasant card. There's the back of the card, front of the card. You got boars, got your gold, got Merlin, there's Morgana. That's your reward deck. Nice little deck. The pawns will look a lot like this. They'll just be plastic and black when you get the actual game. So no big deal there. You get your tokens for your money. Each one is worth 5. Let's throw that off to the side for a second. It is a quad fold board, which means it opens and opens, and then you have all your provinces. There's Ireland, there's Camelot, Nottingham, London, Plymouth. See if we can't get that. Oh yeah, that looks okay. A little bit of glare, but that happens. You have your army cards. Peasants, soldiers, knights, and your characters. The way that works, figures. Okay, we got Uther here. You literally just put him right there on your card. And they are always 3 up to hit. He would have failed miserably with that one. Excuse me, still fighting off a cold. Me and my kids just keep passing it back and forth, so I apologize for that. And the army cards, as you can see, you have the white, the blue, the black, and the red. Each one has 3 cards. Army card 1, 2, and 3. The back of them is the cover of the game, the Reign of the King. So I think those are pretty nice. So how do you play? Well, Arthur, if you're doing the Rise of Arthur, would have that army card right here. So I'm going to be the blue player because blue is my favorite color. Arthur would start with all player armies and armies that you fight against. Start with 2 peasants, 1 soldier, and 1 knight. So we'll throw those down. Players do not start with characters. The optional rule allows you to pull 1 card from the reward deck on your first turn to see if you get, there's Merlin, so that's fortuitous. Let's see if you can get anything extra. But we will set up a quick, we'll set up a game. Won't play the whole game, I don't think. Do need to go through the deck. I'm going to do this all in real time to show you that it doesn't take very long to set up. So you get King Arthur's army starts in Camelot. He has 1 army. He starts with him on his card. Then he has his 4 soldiers. We have our 4s. I put Merlin here, you might have noticed. Might not be able to see what it was, but it's just Merlin. And then you put this die here. You don't have to, you can just keep track of it in your head. I put the die there just so I know what I'm doing. And that's him set up. If you're doing Morgana, she starts in Umberland. She starts with the black, and then everything's the same besides it's Morgana here and Mordred here. We're here. In this scenario, you can start in one of 2 provinces. If you're playing a 2-player version, you can decide which one starts where. So you can start in the Hebrides or Stormness. We'll start in Stormness. And that's where we start at. So at this point, well, no, not yet. Everybody starts with 10 gold. That's 2 of your little tokens here. And that's the setup complete. You're ready to start playing. Now what happens in a turn, so turn 1, the player can spend his money, or her money. So peasants cost 5, soldiers cost 15, knights cost 25, that's all in the rule book. Easy to remember, 5, 15, 25, so add 10. cannot buy characters. You can only get reward cards by conquering other provinces. The way you do that is players can move, hire, attack, and by moving, if I own all three of these, I can just move through my places, but that's that army's turn. So we're going to attack the Pickland right there. The Pickland, and all unclaimed land, starts with 2 peasants and a soldier as our defense force. So we attacked, so our 2 peasants go first. They need 6s, they both failed. Our soldier needs a 5+, he failed. Our knight needs a 4+, and he failed. That's our attack turn. Now in their turn, they get 2 peasants rolling for 6s. They get a soldier, which hits, so we take off one of those, and they don't have knights. So we lost a peasant in that. So our peasant attacks, nothing. Soldier attacks, nothing. Knight attacks, takes out one of their peasants. Their turn, peasant attacks, soldier attacks, nothing, nothing. Peasant, soldier, knight, nothing, nothing, nothing. Peasant hits. Soldier misses, our soldier misses, our knight hits. So they have 1 soldier left, he misses, soldier, knight. Their soldier misses, our soldier, our knight finally hits. So now we have conquered Pickland. We throw down a control marker. We get to draw a, let's shuffle this up, I don't know who's on top or anything. Shuffle our reward deck, pull the top card, and we got 15 gold. And that is the end of our first turn. Arthur, every 2 turns, gains 1 peasant, 1 soldier, and 1 knight. So this is turn 2, we'd actually just give him extra. On turn 3, he gains Merlin. The way characters work, say we've conquered all our way down there, this is what we have left. We'll just give him his regular army because he's going to slaughter us because we haven't built up for anything. We'd attack with our soldier, our knight hit, so one of his peasants would be dead. The peasant would attack, the soldier would attack, the knight would attack. We're going to pretend like that didn't hit. Well, actually, we'll just kill it. Then you have the 2 characters. There's 3 pluses. So 1 hits, 1 misses. Our army would be destroyed. If you get destroyed and you have no army left fighting Arthur, you have to, well, if you get your army destroyed no matter what, you have to reconstitute. So we have 25 gold. Our next turn we would get 2 more, which would take us to 35 gold, 25 to buy a knight, and then we'll say we bought 2 peasants with him. That reconstitutes our army. We can put in any land that we own, but then all our money is gone, and if we didn't hurt him enough, then we're at a disadvantage. And the game continues that way until he's either too strong to defeat and you just call it a game. Like if you go back down and you just get murdered again, then you can just call it a day. Or until you beat Arthur. Morgana plays the same way. In conquest mode, it's 2 to 4 players, not 1 to 2. But players can choose any province they want. So like you could take Camelot and say I'm going to play as, you know, I'm going to be the white team playing in Camelot. And I could take Munster, and then you could have somebody say I want to take Umberland and somebody say I want to take Pickland. And then the whole point is to have only 1 country left. So when you lose your last control point, your character is taken out of the game. Just like Risk, just like all those other games that we've all played. But that's And the combat and everything stays the same. So that is a quick how to play, an unboxing video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I think it turned out really, really well. I'm very happy with the quality of everything. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, gripes down in the comments below. Like I said, there will be extra baggies for everything, even the big cards, so when you actually order the game, everything will have a home. It won't be messy when you open it, which is going to be really nice, I think. One of those things that when I ordered the prototype of this, I didn't honestly think about. That's why they're called prototypes. And when I got it, I was like, what am I supposed to do with all this little stuff? But like, just the cards and all the little control markers can fit right in there. I gotta finish punching these out, but I left some so I could show you guys and so I can show my dad and whatnot how they come in. I thought that was pretty neat. So instead of them just showing up loose, they show up wrapped and bound. You only get 5 dice. I have 10 in here because I like dice, and well, I have a ton of dice, as you can tell by my dice tray in the back. It is huge. But that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, any questions, comments, queries, gripes, anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I might show you the other things I took out that weren't a part of this later, because they are fun. Just future expansions and add-ons and whatnot that we're working on. Yeah, thank you again. Like, subscribe, leave me some comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.